Hello everyone and welcome to episode 8 of Ghost of Tsushima. It's been a few days, and during those few days I forgot that we put on this extremely silly hat. I don't believe that our wonderful moderator More Than Amiya will be here today because she is engaged with some very important election time work, so we are going to switch back to something that is not that hat. Let's see. I do kind of like the red and blue there, but let's... yellow's a little bit flashy there. That looks okay with it. Also, I need to adjust this up. No, on this end. Oh, hello to Ricardinho! Ricardinho, I hope that you're having a wonderful Monday. A phrase that never feels unweird. Okay, so, where we left off, because it has been a couple days, we have successfully freed this sort of forge area, and we were doing a little bit of exploration of it. I believe that our friend the blacksmith, Taka, needs a little bit of time to forge a brand new tool, so we have some other things that we can do in the interim. And I think one of those things is, let's go ahead and get ourselves whatever it is at the gift altar, probably some free supplies. We may or may not then have enough to do an upgrade to our gear, and then we will start working our way down to those southern areas. Just a quick second. I'm starting to learn my way around some of these frequently visited areas, like the gift altar. It's the big tree. Okay. That looks like something I want. Let's see what else we got. 15 linen, 15 iron. Okay, so no supplies. I was hoping for a big payout of supplies. Ricardinho says they're tired, not voted at all, and have homework to do. It's a regular shit Monday. Yeah, sounds like it. Ricardinho has recently started streaming, and if you guys have not had a chance to check him out, I would spell his name. It is, there's a lot to it. Ricardinho, then Just Vibing, Justvibing. The reason I spell it out is because, unfortunately, the chat here on Twitch does expire after a while. So normally I would say to folks, hey, check out, you can click right on his name in our chat and go to his channel and check out what he's been doing. But unfortunately, here on chat, like, on Twitch, if you watch this longer than like a week or two after we put it up, the chat is just expired. No one can see it. That is one of the reasons that we do like to read out comments, at least the plurality of them, so that people have some semblance of what it is that we are responding to. But I'm really happy that Ricardinho has taken it to start streaming, and I hope that once the homework is done and the motivation is back up, you will be able to have some fun with that. Okay, let's just think for a second. Okay, so we do want to head this way. This is, I believe... Hello to More Than Amiya! Mia, we were just saying that I did see your text just before we started. It is unlikely that Mia will be as present as normal because she's doing some very busy election work. And I have... Great. really got a lot of mileage out of Sora here today. I think that for the most part, we are going to focus on the game, because people looking for election conversation coverage here in the United States will have absolutely no difficulty finding that. That's very different from the idea that we wouldn't have anything to say, or that I wouldn't have something to say, but it's, let's try to focus on something sort of fun and light. And I think that, oh, wait, I'm full on bamboo? I didn't know you could be full on bamboo. Wait, that changes things because we can trade bamboo for other supplies, including supplies. Okay, so wait, what is our... How do you know when you're full? Sorry, there must be an inventory. Like, I just thought that we picked this stuff up, but the idea that we can get full... Oh, satchel. Here it is. Okay, so our maximum is 500. So the good news is we are nowhere near 500 anything else. So what I need to do is pretty much as soon as possible. Like, this is now actually a top priority because I like picking up bamboo as we go. So what I'm going to want to do is sell at least 100 bamboo, and we'll just turn it into supplies or something like that. I don't want to go back right now, but yeah, never ever wander with a full satchel in a game like this, because then you cannot pick up the free stuff that's just lying on the ground. Okay, I think Bird is leading us to whatever this is, which, if I had to guess based on its location, is a haiku, but we will find out. I could have sworn we did a haiku here before. Seems like a very familiar area. I am R2ing. Oh, I need to put on my traveler's outfit, too. You're not currently shooting arrows. Really like those trees. I think we're gonna go with the golden temple up here. It's not that I don't like the tree, it's that... Is there really only one option at this stage? Gosh, it sure seems like it. Okay. Oh, no, wait. Based on our other stanzas, I think I like this one.
Golden temple, submerged deep in nature's shade, ever unbending.
Oh, I really should have pressed options. I at least want to see what it is. Gear, outfit, hats. Oh gosh, it's just now occurring to me. Wait, so this is the one that we got for... Wow, that is what I would wear to a nightclub. Hold on a second. Yeah, we're going to stick with this for now. But we're actually going to change the outfit. So let's go back to our traveler's attire, because we're going to be wandering into unexplored realms. Oh, and yeah, we're almost certainly going to now fast travel to someplace that we can sell those materials. And then I think we're going to head down here. I mean, as far as I know... Oops, I have a tendency to do that. Yeah, look how many quests we have down here, including this person. A Kenji tale. The farm here looks like it's had some trouble. I should make sure these people are all right. All right, we will do that next. Now, where can we sell our crafting stuff? There is a merchant here at the forge, so... Sure. Something exciting happened. Hold on one second. Ah, Mia has hosted the stream. Yep, hold on just 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Mia, thank you very much for the host. Okay, this, yes, fast travel. Is it? Okay, I'm sorry, everybody. Usually we like to make sure that we are running. Hold on just one moment. Sorry. Yeah. Pardon me. Ricardo, we are experimenting with some of the alerts and stuff. We'd very much like to customize them. They're not fully established yet. Mia also sent over some very interesting information about some overlays specifically for the Extra Life Charity Marathon. It's not something that we're going to go into in great depth because we have a big event coming up this weekend, but we are going to be participating in a charity marathon to raise money for the Bay State Children's Medical Center in Springfield, Massachusetts, and that's going to be a big deal. We actually did a stream a little bit ago, just this past weekend, that I will talk about as soon as we sell some bamboo. No, I know there's somebody who buys this stuff. Hold on a second.
You can bring more, it's yours.
Yep, no, we don't have any of that. No. Okay, so who am I remembering? Who is it that trades in...
You have my thanks.
Is it the Trapper?
I hope the roads remain clear for you, my lord.
Hold on a second. Do we have a Trapper here? We do. Crafting resources for sale. Okay, not the merchant. Ricardo, you loved customizing alerts on the stream elements thing. What I feel like we need to do is figure out how to make GIFs, because we have video editing software, but previously every attempt to save like a brief clip as a GIF produced like no result at all, or it wouldn't play, or like the structure seemed damaged. But I'd like to do some custom creations there. Hello to Drienne. Drienne, I hope that you're having a great Monday so far. So let's sell some bamboo. Yes, because we have 500. Let's look at this. Really? We can sell like 100 of these and get 100 feels like a lot, I gotta say. But then again, we'll still have 400. Like, how much... Well, okay, the thing is, we can find more, I guess, is the point. So I'm going to sell 100. That'll get us 100 supplies, and then we will be able to, hopefully, buy other stuff that we need.
I'll make an offering.
So Drienne is doing a full playthrough of all of the Telltale games. Sorry, not all the Telltale. All of the Telltale Walking Dead games, which is a franchise that they know very, very well. So I think I brought this up during a previous stream as well. But if you don't know what those games are about, or you don't mind spoilers, you've already played them for yourselves, and are interested in some really interesting behind-the-scenes information about how certain characters came to be, or changes that were made during the editing process, or disagreements that might have been occurring between the producers and the developers. For example, and like here's an example of something that absolutely no spoiler whatsoever. We were watching the other day, and apparently there is a point when one of the main characters will comment on just a regular picket fence by saying, "Ooh, pointy." And it's just this completely mundane moment that doesn't mean anything relative to the larger narrative. But apparently this was a point of some contention between... And Drienne will know the story exactly, but I was there to listen to it. This is a point of contention between, like, one of the programmers and one of the producers. The producer who wanted that line removed and kept removing it, and the developer, the programmer, who kept sticking it back in. And I don't currently remember the part of the story about like how this finally got resolved such that it is in the game. Hold on a second.
Thinks he can hide from me.
I was thinking I could hide, yes. Drain's also saying that there's like multiple Easter eggs sort of squirreled away in the series across the seasons. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in there, so you can check that out over at... Wait, so how do I do a chain assassination? This is our very first one. Turns out very well is the answer. All right, and I don't think that we need to waste an arrow on this person. By the way, I should probably take 1 second to just get myself familiar. Oh, quick note. If you ever see Jin do a little hop during combat, usually what's happening there is that I'm trying to change back to the stone stance, but I'm pressing square slightly before the R2 button. What? Okay, there we go. Another just sort of random aside, it sort of came and went suddenly in a way that we didn't expect. Our channel just passed, I believe, 10,000 views. So, huzzah. I believe that happened during the... Ooh. Mongol territory. I believe that happened during the charity stream that I mentioned a short time ago. So, this past Saturday, we've been having some interesting technical issues on the stream. If you have been watching some of our recent playthroughs, we've had events where what is happening? Who sees me? Okay, that person does. We've been having some interesting technical issues where, like, the PS4 will just suddenly, like, go completely dark and we'll have to redo the... Okay. Well, that didn't... What the... Okay, I know that he has a helmet, but have we or have we not previously had success at shooting these guys in the face? You know, the part where there is no helmet. Okay, so they are clueless. Okay. Boy, fortunately, the white of our cloak is really blending in with the dark gray of these stones. I think more than anything, it's the rain that's helping us out. Oh, Mia, thank you so much for the celebration. That's awesome. Yeah, so this past weekend, to cut to the quick of it, we decided to try to test out those technical issues by, you know, we did some troubleshooting, but we could not, in good conscience, participate in the Extra Life Marathon unless we had a really good faith... Wait, what is happening over here? I'm never going to get to the end of this story. We streamed a bunch of Batman, and we raised money for a children's charity, and it was great. What is happening over here? Who is fighting who? And why? First of all, most of these guys are pretty dead. Nope. Nope. Alright, so somebody is there shooting arrows into a wall.
He's near.
This is mostly distressing because I wanted to find the enemy leader and observe him, and then kill him. And it doesn't seem like having this random battle going on is going to be very conducive to that. Okay, I don't think I can archer him. Well, that was the leader. Okay, are you friend or foe? Because I can't tell. Foe! Yeah, man, they couldn't figure out your stand behind the door trick, but I have no such trouble. I don't know if there's a trophy for ending the suffering of every guy. Jin is very concerned with whatever's happening over there. Ah, that's what's happening over there. Stop. What was the bonus objective? Yeah. So anyway, the plan on this past Saturday was, let's do not a mock marathon, but like a prototype marathon, a test marathon. Let's see how far down the path of a real marathon we can make it. And because it's not actually happening on the day and nobody else is relying on us and it's largely unannounced, hopefully, you know, if anything goes wrong, it won't like derail a big thing. And we wound up going for 9.5 hours. We played through the entirety of Batman Arkham Asylum. I'm not going to say anything specific about the story here in case people haven't played it somehow. It is a very, very good game. And yeah, it was a ton of fun and went very well, and we raised a whole bunch of money. And I will say here, in a form that might be more accessible to people and better immortalized, thank you so much. We really mean it, to everyone that donated, and anyone who is considering donating this coming weekend. My producer put it in, I think, the best way. I think this is sort of her phrasing on this. We would like it if you donated to us. We would love it if you donated to someone. Anyone. You know, we here at Team Sandbox, we are raising money for the charities that are listed on our stream pages, and I think each of us has a link on our pages. We've got me, we've got More Than a Mia, we've got Drienne Levode and Chivalry, and each of us are raising money through Extra Life to benefit children's charities. If for some reason you choose to donate to one of the other people who are streaming, it's all appreciated. I mean, it all goes someplace wonderful. So we're sort of generally asking people, if you happen to see this live, if you have any opportunity to set aside even $1 or $2 in these upcoming days and to donate it to the charity, it is such a wonderful event. Mia, thank you very much for doing the shoutouts, and please do not neglect yourself as well. Just taking a look around here. We finished this area, but clearly what I'm doing here is searching for supplies. I believe, and don't, like, I might be wrong in this, but I believe supplies is what we're short on to do our next round of upgrades for, like, the sword and everything. Going to search some of these structures and then be on our way. Fortunately or unfortunately, this kind of like examining the area, looking around, seeing what we can find, is one of the things I like about this style of open world game. Ricardo is saying that he made a really sloppy speed run on his homework and will just go to bed to try to get some really short 4 hours of sleep. Hope he'll get to stream in the afternoon, and maybe we'll see all of us in someone's... Maybe we'll see us all in someone's stream tomorrow night. Ricardo, have a great night, and I hope that you're able to get some rest. And yes, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow as well. I do want to check out the black powder bomb. Yeah, I fully understand and empathize with the I need to go to bed and get some sleep. After that marathon, so, you know, the technical part of it went very, very well. The streaming for that length of time, I feel like we learned something there as well. It is surprising how much of a toll it feels like it's taken when you are sort of sitting still and up and paying attention for that long of a period in time. So I think we're going to need to arrange to have a little bit more movement for any stream of that length in the future. And the next day, I was just baked. I was just... So we're recording this the day after, like Sunday was the next day. I really wanted to stream this yesterday, and man, I was just... It wasn't, like... Burned out is not quite accurate. It was just sort of fatigued is really the best way to put it. Yeah, for real, Ricardo, rest, relax. What is this? Just a suit of armor or a body, either way. Right, that feels good. And the half bow, we might be able to make use of some more of that bamboo. But yeah, it is another... Perfect. Okay, and we cannot do this climb because it told us that when we got too close. Yeah, we've always maintained that people who need a break from streaming or content creation, any sort of mental health break, should always be taken. I mean, my goodness, if your audience cares at all for your well-being, they will be there for you when you come back. And if you are a viewer and, you know, need to say, hey, I won't be able to hang out and participate today because, you know, I'm really tired. Can you imagine the morality of a streamer or a content creator that would be upset about that? I mean, my goodness, always take care of yourself and your family first.
My
Mark?
lord, it's awful.
Mark Mark's asking how long did it go on for? It went on for 9.5 hours. We finished the whole story. Spoiler alert, it probably would have been 8 hours, except I got super stuck on the second to last boss. Watch this, everybody. Hey, can you talk about a game without spoiling it? Sure, watch this. On the second to last boss, I got super stuck for a long time. I had not completely forgotten, but I had underestimated how much more challenging that particular encounter was, especially when played on hard, and sort of the difference in camera angle from how the game normally plays. It took me a while to adjust to that, and even then I think I just barely made it through. But yeah, it was a very, very good game.
So many dead. But there's no blood. What happened?
A plague, my lord. Dead bodies were dumped in the well, and these people unknowingly drank from it.
A terrible way to die. We should bury the dead.
Burning them is the only way to keep the plague from spreading. But I fear that may not be enough. One of the sick is missing.
I'll find him.
There are footsteps leading away from here. I believe he ran for help.
If he's alive, I'll get him to a healer. Otherwise, I'll burn the body.
Wait, how do I change to this quest? Because right now it's still pointing me towards empty baskets, and what I want to do is... I mean, hopefully I just follow these footsteps for a ways. Yeah, it was a super fun time, Mark Wacken. Thank you very, very much for your participation, for sure. It was hugely appreciated. That's the other thing about doing a stream that is that long. It is wonderful just to have people hanging out and chatting. Chatting or watching or, you know, just knowing that there's other folks there makes a vast amount of difference. I hope that we... Uh-oh. I think this might be the person who tried to go.
There he is. I should let the monk know.
It's weird to me that this is not a quest. Like, it doesn't show up as, like, a quest objective. He was up here, I think.
I saw the smoke over the hills. Thank you, my lord.
Will the plague be contained?
Once I've finished here, I'll seal the well so no one can drink from it. Thank you, my lord.
Boy, how odd. No, like, you know, it's not like I feel like I need a prize for that, but under all other circumstances, it feels like Jin gets like a little notification that the quest is complete.
There's a man, my lord, swinging his sword, slashing the air on the beaches of Sutsu.
Another survivor? Or a bandit?
I don't know, but I think he was crying.
That's... The bummer recently is, you know, sometimes there'll be a game that really captures a lot of streamers' attention. Something like, oh, let's do the Fox Den. Something like, Fall Guys, for example. And there's tons of that to watch, and you've got so many streamers that you enjoy spending time with, like He Who Dies and Patiken, who enjoy that game and sometimes play together. But then there's a time when it's like, you know, we are currently recording this at the very beginning of November 2020, and right now, the game that has most captured a lot of people's attentions is Watch Dogs Legion. And there is a 100% chance that I'm going to play Watch Dogs Legion. And I would say about a 95% chance that I'm going to do the entire game here on stream with you guys. And as a result, I don't want to see any of the game if we can possibly avoid it. So lots of leaving lurks for folks like JV McMaster and Patiken when he does it pretty soon. I believe Tashir is actually going to be starting that real soon. But I want to be careful not to see too much of it. Okay, let's honor the shrine. Okay, thank you very much to Mia. I was watching Mia put in all the shout-outs and nothing happening, which was its own special horror, but it all went through. Son of a... Like, where's that... Where did the fox go? I wanted to pet the fox. He just took off. Nope, just gone. Okay. And speaking of Tashir, and I think we're gonna head... but now we can do an upgrade at the Armorer. Yeah. And although I could fast travel this... Hold on a second. Okay, actually, if we go east, the road will take us where we want to go. Speaking of Tashir, Tashir normally does Division Force on Saturdays, and this past Saturday, he did not go for nearly as long, and indicated that he wasn't feeling very well, and then reported on Twitter after the fact that he was feeling even worse on Sunday. Now, under normal circumstances, it would be a case we would say, you know, hey, man, feel better soon, and, you know, we'll look forward to when you're back online. For people who might be watching this in the distant future, hopefully several years from now, when this feels like less of a thing, we are currently recording this right in the midst of a massive resurgence of the COVID-19 coronavirus, and anytime somebody anywhere in our orbit suddenly takes ill, there's a lot of concern about it, and I just wanted to take this moment to express the hope that it's just a cold or a stomach bug or whatever, and that Tashir is on the mend and will be back soon. On that note, because I think that Mia also did a shout out for He Who Dies. Right now, right at this moment, he who's playing some more Star Wars Squadrons, a game that is on a very deep discount, I believe, over at, oh, maybe it was. I don't want to speak out of turn. Maybe it was recently on sale over at Green Man Gaming for a not insignificant amount off. And if I had more access, you know what? We're just going to fast travel at this point, because I don't want to navigate this cliff. I was looking and thinking, like, that would make a pretty interesting, like, team game for Tuesday night with the peeps, but it's also, like, even on sale, a lot of money to ask for something that we're not even sure if, like, would catch the whole group's attention. I am looking for the armorer. There's going to be a lot less random chatter, I think, once we get onto our story beat. There's the merchant. Wait, maybe the armor was over here. Is it? Yeah, that symbol there. Is that the weaponsmith or the armorer? I feel like that's the weaponsmith.
If your blades need work, let me be of use.
Still working on your climbing tool, my lord. Give me more time.
Climbing tool, got it. Oh, Mia's saying, yeah, 33% off, which isn't like, A, that's a very attractive price. B, if I had paid $40 for that, like, 2 weeks ago, when did that come out? That's a recent release. I'm not sure I'd be super thrilled with that. Then again, even as I say that, like, there have been games that have gone on a deep sale before I had a chance to play them. Like, games that came out, you know, I bought them and then just didn't get around to them until, like, a long time later when they were for pennies on the dollar. And I never got mad at that. You know, I don't begrudge other people getting a good deal. Okay, so I do see the armor up here.
How is your armor fitting, my lord? Something for every type of armor.
Okay, so we can do the Traveler's Attire or Tadayori's armor. The next point here is traveling clears 30% more Fog of War on the map. And given, like, how much we wear it and the purpose for which we wear it, I think that's the way to go. Before we lock in, though, increased total concentration time by 2 seconds. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a good amount. It really is, but we're going to use Traveler's Attire. And also, I do want to see what the difference is from our previous tier. Oh, look, the designs on the cloak or whatever is a lot more. That's what we're wearing currently. Look what it turns into. See that? I really like the way that looks, especially when it's wet.
This will keep you safe.
Farewell.
I have never in my life had the experience of going deep on a team-based multiplayer game like Star Wars Squadrons. It's the sort of game where I would... Like, here's what I expect my personal... Oops. My personal experience with Star Wars Squadrons to be. Buy it at some point, maybe even on this sale. Play through the story, preferably in VR, if it doesn't make me horrifically sick. And... then, like, not play it after that. That's usually what happens with those games. I have a good time with them throughout the story. That's one of the reasons that I'd want to pick it up on sale. I should really find a road for this. Boy, no wonder I no longer feel even the slightest bit nervous about the decision to sell all that bamboo, because look how much we've picked up just as we've been riding around now. My outfit looks very yellow here, as opposed to the white that it actually is. I'm not going to worry about the Tadori gate. Perfect.
You cowards!
They already saw me, so I figured, let's do the standoff. Any chance I can, oh, these guys are wearing the blue. I am very dead. Okay, I'm gonna cheat like hell. I feel like it's cheating to change armor in the middle of a battle, but I have no hope of surviving this otherwise. Also, can we, yeah, let's switch to that. Also, I want to switch the sword set. Oops. Like we have been rocking this thing for a while. Let's go with that. Okay, I don't want to stand on that. All right, so if I've learned one thing, it's that I don't like having that fire in the way. Sorry. The red glimmer went with the weapon, as though like it took his hand off at the same time, which was I wasn't sure what I was looking at first, but I was very satisfied with what it turned out to be. Okay, that went well. Like, way better than I thought it was going to. Alright, anything else? No, okay. So while we're going down the road, so this game is made by Sucker Punch, and Sucker Punch previously made the Infamous games. And in a previous stream, we talked about how much I enjoyed Infamous 1 and 2, and after playing Infamous 2, I went back and played the first one, etc., etc. I have a lot of affection for both of the original Infamous games, but I do also have one observation for anybody that didn't have the experience of playing the first Infamous game. Infamous 1 had some interesting balance issues in a way that I don't know has ever been fully addressed. Maybe this was asked of the developers at some point. Infamous 1 had hobos with sniper shotguns. And that is exactly what it sounds like. One of the things that happens in Infamous is sort of set in a distressed urban environment, and one of the factions that you interact with are sort of comic book versions of... I can't remember at this moment if they were formerly garbage men or homeless people that decided to wear trash bags as... There's nothing up here at all. Trash bags as though they were like cloaks and cowls and capes, and they were one of the antagonistic forces in the game. And they would shoot at Cole. And the issue was they would shoot at Cole with shotguns, like plainly shotguns. You can see that they are shotguns, like sawed-off shotguns and so forth. And also with an extreme degree of accuracy. Those homeless folk could hit Cole with their shotguns from 800 yards every single time. And you need to understand that your main character in that game, no matter how you build him, is crackling with electricity, he's zipping to and fro, he's skating around on power lines as though they were, I don't know, made of soap shoes. I don't even know how to finish that sentence. But no matter what you did, man, those homeless folk could like just dial in those shots, and they'd be doing it from like 3.5 blocks down. And it is not just like my memory of it, but the original Infamous, for that reason, is an example of a game that I have absolutely no interest ever in revisiting in anything harder than normal difficulty level, because some of those environments with those enemies, they are so numerous and they are such good shots, and it really does feel. Hello to Imu to Yumu too, who I will from this point forward call Mu. We are very familiar with you from Mia's stream. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday and are in the mood for some occasional violence with a side course of reloading when when the violence turns on me. That bird has forgotten that only one of us has wings. Yeah, Infamous 1 was a really neat game that had things like that were just like, it really did feel like it was a balancing bug. Like, my personal theory is that in order to test the AI or help balance the difficulty level, the developers dialed the accuracy on those weapons, or maybe on all the weapons, up to like 100%. And then for some reason, be it a coding error or like you know, who knows, on that specific. Can I stand off now? Guess not. Okay, I don't really know why I bother with the sword sometimes. Oh, hello to Hihu. Oh, was there another celebration? God damn it. I'm so sorry. So, just so you guys know, on our chat monitor, it does call up when a celebration is going to launch, but if I don't see it within that time, then there's no other indication for it. Because with the chat window up, it doesn't, like, if you're not, anyway, Hihu, thank you so much for that. Imu says that they saw this name on the recommended channels and knows the name. Yeah, thank you very much. Hihu, we were actually just talking about you playing Star Wars Squadrons. I was watching a little bit of it before we came in. I believe you were I think you were flying a TIE bomber at the time, which is, I think I mentioned, my my preferred craft in the Emperor side. Empire side. All right, hold on. We're going to compose a haiku together. This is both true, and it doesn't feel like this particular moment in history to make that point. Let's see. Okay, if I misspoke, Imu goes by she, her, and mama. We will make certain to correct that in the future. Wait, what's this? What's this? I didn't even want to look at the other one. I liked Flourishing and Free immediately.
Flow. Escaping higher, we climb. Flourishing and free.
That's not the haiku in which I would have expected to get the headband of death. Purple or black? Oh, neither. Bloody. I'm not going to wear that one. At least not for right now. Think for a second. Oh, so Dr. Teflon was congratulating Mia on her honky van. And yes. So Drienne, I believe, is here, unless they've started streaming themselves. But we're going to be very, very careful about anything that we ever say about Grand Theft Auto 5, because Drienne intends to play it themselves. Oh, and by the way, Aimu, thank you very, very much for the talk of follow. Think for a second. There's so many thoughts. Oh, but so Mia, so no spoilers here at all to discuss the fact that in her playthrough, Mia opted to find herself a van with a... Okay, that was higher than I thought it was. With a very entertaining honk to it. Customized, actually, and it was a lot of fun to to watch her tool around in that. So Drienne is taking off. Yeah, no, that's all we were going to say about it, but for sure, Drienne, are you streaming later tonight? Because if so, I would love to be able to toss over. The plan had been to toss over to Hihu if he was still on, but I'm also, again, so many thoughts are coming up right now. Hihu, I was curious, are you currently in your, the place that you'll be for the winter? Because on your cam, the background was muted out, and it looked very bright and colorful behind you wherever it was. It looked like it had this, bright lavender coloring to it, and it was a very striking backdrop for you. Oh, he who is tired. And yes, they're completely moved in. 38 feet of RGB going around the room for atmosphere. Okay, is there... Not that I'm complaining, but, yeah, so it's just a fishing village. There's nothing to do there at the moment. Yeah, we are working our way towards this, thing. If I see any supplies, we might hop off the horse, but otherwise we're gonna just ride our way through here. Also, just because he who just said 38 feet of RGB, I just have, one thing that recently happened that is kind of bothersome to me. So, I want to say here that I have absolutely no opinion on Alyssa Milano at all. Alyssa Milano she played Tony Danza's daughter in the show with Judith Light, Who's the Boss, I think it was. And I think that that's the last time I have seen or thought about Alyssa Milano, except for the fact that the spacecraft in Guardians of the Galaxy is called the Milano, because the main character was abducted when he was a youth and had a crush on Alyssa Milano at that time. So those are my 2 points of knowledge about Alyssa Milano. A, the daughter on Who's the Boss, and B, the source of the name the Milano for the spaceship in Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay? So that's it. Alyssa Milano got a lot of flack this past weekend because she posted, Godspeed. Her intent was Godspeed to Ruth Bader Ginsburg, but she transposed 2 letters, which apparently makes her history's greatest monster. Instead of posting, Godspeed or, Rest in Power, RBG, she put in, RGB. 2 of the letters were backwards.
Straw Hat mercenaries were seen in the area.
Okay, hold on 1 second. And I would just oh. Resume tail. Okay, well, hold on. I'm gonna go do this then instead, because I'm already doing this. The mercenary Straw Hat Ronin may be rough around the edges, but I could use their blades to help rescue Lord Chimera. I should look them up and see if they're open to some work. Apparently they've been seen hunting Mongols in the Kishi Gantlet. Wait, if they're hunting Mongols, we're likely to get along real well. And Ayamu's also saying, like, blame autocorrect. That's the thing. It's like, Mia and I text back and forth very frequently. And she will tell you that sometimes I will text her something that just has some sort of, like, you know, the completely wrong word in there, or something is misspelled. And, you know, I try to make sure that if I'm gonna irritate someone with my random thoughts in the middle of the day, that it's at least comprehensible and spelled correctly. And sometimes people just make mistakes. That doesn't mean that she doesn't, like and respect, and wanted to do, like, a shout out to Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who, for anybody who doesn't know or whatever, has fairly recently passed away. It was several weeks ago at this moment. Investigate the burning cart. Is that the big plume of smoke up there? Or is that this over here?
Mongol convoy. Ambushed. Could be the Straw Hats doing. Attack started here, but there had to be more than one Mongol.
He was saying that he's posted a quick video of the office space he made in Mia's Discord. I will definitely take a look at that.
Looks like more bodies up ahead.
Oh yeah. Oh, so all I'm saying here is, like, I don't know Alyssa Milano from, like, Ali Sheedy. Like, I have no interest in celebrities. What I am saying is, consider going after people for the actual views that they hold and the actions that they take, as opposed to, like, the typos in their tweets.
Trying to get away from his attackers.
And thank you to Mia, who is being very nice in chat.
Jin Sakai.
Ryuzo. You look like a scarecrow.
You've looked better too. Can I have my hat?
You're a mercenary now.
Professional warrior.
Maybe you can help me. I'm looking for your leader.
He died on Komoda Beach.
You were there too.
I lost a lot of friends.
We all did. And we can avenge them if we work together. Help me save Lord Shimura.
He's alive. The Straw Hats are hurt. Starving. I can't ask them to risk their lives for one man.
Even if you can name your price? Once we free our home, Lord Shimura will pay you. Anything you want.
My men might be interested.
Your men?
I look out for them. Someone has to.
Do we have a deal?
I'll think about it.
Ready?
Hold your ground.
I always do.
I'm not feeling real great about this.
This is for Komoda Beach. Kill them all! These bastards won't give up. We'll let them surround us.
All right, I gotta take out the archer, buddy. Hey, speaking of buddy, is anybody else like kind of amazed that we live in the year 2020 where we're all inside all of the time. Oh, that was not the way to dodge. Pow! Oh, that didn't work. There's a reality show on Netflix. It was an import from the United Kingdom called The Circle, and the actual honest-to-God premise of the series is a bunch of people in an apartment building not able to leave or interact with each other face-to-face, almost like the real world that we're living in. Why are we not in season 4 of that? How on earth did Netflix make the decision not to make that like the only thing that they were going to make in 2020? Because also it was a very, very good first season. I'm going to be quiet here because we probably have... Oh, we got a new thing. A new stance. Highly effective against brutes. Okay, hopefully, because those big axe swing around guys, those are bad news. Heavy attacks do after stay all do. So triangle, triangle, triangle is heavy strike. Let's watch the video up there at the top right. Okay. Holds triangle for spinning strike and hold R2 to change stances.
Your form has improved.
And you managed to grow a beard.
Have you considered my offer?
The Straw Hats can't save your uncle. We'll be lucky if we survive the week.
It's that bad?
We're starving. I was out here hunting for food, and I'm returning to my men empty-handed.
But not alone. Take me to your camp. We'll figure something out on the road.
Just like old times.
Sorry, this man can throw shade. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to meet up with him in just a second. Moo is saying that they're very concerned. She's very concerned about when her kids are on social media. And yeah. So we do not have kids, but I do have a niece and a nephew. And the idea of growing up in a world where social media exists at all is terrifying. And to see the way that it has, like, that's just within the social circle of being a kid, right? The degree to which these days it's weaponized against people, sort of gleefully rips down, like, it makes no attempt to differentiate social media between an earnest...
Come on. When was the last time we saw each other?
2 summers ago. Lord Nagao's tournament.
I looked for you after the tournament ended.
The Straw Hats saw our duel. They needed a new sword. Seemed like fun.
Why didn't you tell me you were at Komoda?
You were busy with the other samurai lords. I was sharing a drink with my men.
I could have used a drink before that battle.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I want to read what he who has said as well, but we are... Just very quickly, you see his cape there, the one that's made of straw? Imagine that, except a garbage bag, and that's more or less how some of the enemies in the shotgun snipers in the first Infamous game dressed. It had very much had that same sort of look to it. An improvised, cloak and cowl.
Another wagon.
Might have something we can salvage.
Empty. Samurai! Samurai!
Was this your wagon?
Yes, my lord. Mongols stole my horse, took my rice.
You're lucky that's all you lost.
Which way did the Mongols go?
Toward Fort Ohira.
Damn it.
Take refuge at the Golden Temple. Warn others to stay off these roads.
Yes, my lord.
Let's keep moving. My camp's not far.
I meant what I said before. Help free Lord Shimura, and he'll grant you anything in his power.
What's he got the power to give?
Name your price.
Free sake for life.
Is that all?
A place to drink. Big enough for all my men.
Be serious, Ryuzo. I know you want to be more than a mercenary.
It's been 3 years, Jin. Things change.
It can't have been easy keeping the Straw Hats together after Komodo Beach. How did you do it?
I convinced them nobody can save us but ourselves.
That's true.
I used to think so. But it's starting to feel like a lie.
So the conversation, and hello to Brian. The conversation happening in chat is about
How many men do you have?
I knew that was going to
Down
happen.
by half, but still enough to call ourselves a small army. Why?
That peasant said the Mongols stole his rice and went to Fort Ohira.
You think they're hoarding food there?
Possibly.
Do you have an idea?
The beginning of one.
See, as soon as I say anything... Oh, we're down back to trotting. The conversation in chat right now is about the relative benefits of, you know, digital monitoring software where parents can, you know, at least have a sense of what their kids are doing online and what they're typing and, you know, where they're going and who they're interacting with.
Easy, Shinzo. It's me.
As opposed... We're going to get a lot more dialogue here. Hold on.
About time. I don't see any food. Who's the samurai?
Men, this is my old friend, Lord Sakai.
Ryuzo told me you're starving. I'm here to help.
You didn't find food.
We have a plan. Raid Fort Ohira and take back the food Mongols have stolen from our people.
Raid a fort? They'll kill us!
Give us a moment. Come with me, Jin. We should have talked about your idea before telling my men.
I wanted to give them hope.
That's my job.
I meant no disrespect.
It's fine.
Oh, I want that.
Through here, Jin. If you ride with the Straw Hats, you have to look the part. I've got a spare set of armor that should fit.
It better not have lice.
Never letting me forget that, are you? Spare armor's in the chest.
In this chest. What is it, a thong?
You're not as handsome as me, but it's not bad.
We should check the fort's defenses. Look for weak spots.
My men will handle that part.
Then we have a deal?
Get us that food at Fort Ohira, and we'll get your uncle away from the Mongols.
Thank you, Ryuzo.
Just remember who's in charge of the Straw Hats.
I would never dream of replacing you, my friend.
Give us a head start. We'll meet you at the old cemetery.
See you there.
You know, I have a way nicer straw hat than this. Maybe just put that on. Also, I don't think that straw hat was inside that box. Worn by those who live and die by the bow and the blade. How is that... What's that different than everything I have? Okay, reduces... Oh, okay, it's very secretive. I actually like this. Reduces enemy detection speed by 10%. Moderate increase to melee damage. After leaving Pompous Crashed while crouched, enemies will be much slower to detect you. So this is our stealth outfit. Okay, so I've been using the Traveler's attire as a stealth outfit. Not so much anymore. Okay, so let's... How do you, There we go. Okay. So, on this, I would want to do some Sorry. There's a lot to think about. Me is very excited for the hat. Yeah, so while okay, so boy, so many thoughts. Hold on a second. So we've got 2 major charms that we can slot in. I want to do bonus damage, and I want to killing enemies restores a moderate amount of health. Because notice that it doesn't say restores health in like direct face-to-face combat. Instead, it is like you stab somebody in the back and you get a moderate amount of health. So that seems pretty good. From there, further increasing the melee damage bonus for the thing seems real good. 5% chance to deal double damage sounds real good. Further reducing detection speed, I would think would be handy. Maybe this one. Yeah, because I'm never going to put this onto any other armor set. Enemies stop hunting you 40% faster. Yeah. Yeah, and we can always swap these out later if they don't fit what we want to do. Okay, anything else that we need? I don't think so. Oh, that's a neat. Okay. Weathered straw hat. Weathered. Is that what we're going to? Not bare bones, not stripped down, not damaged beyond, almost beyond recognition. We are going to keep it on, though. Okay, so the Tale of Ryuzo. My old friend Ryuzo has fallen in with the mercenary Straw Hat Ronin. He seems to be their leader, and he's agreed to help me save Lord Shimura on one condition. I help recover food for his starving band of straw hats. Ryuzo will meet me at a cemetery near Fort Ohira, where Mongols are hoarding stolen food. Yes, we will do it. Ratty, yes, ratty. That is the word I was looking for. I want to not, like, I would be way more amenable to this whole straw hat idea if it was a nice straw hat. The ones that looks like it's been gnawed through by gerbils. Not,
I meant to ask you something earlier.
I might have an answer.
How'd you survive the invasion?
I almost didn't. A peasant pulled me from the battlefield. She nursed me back to health.
You always were lucky.
How did you and your men escape?
We ran. Do what you need to prepare. I'll see you at the old cemetery.
Now, the only thing I can think of that we'd want to do to repair is that we did just get the note that we can upgrade the bow. So there's the Straw Hat encampment. We could also go down to... Well, hey, if they need food, these bandits are stealing food. This is a different quest, but yeah, let's head down here. And while we go, I'm going to get changed. Anytime we're on the path, what we're going to do is switch over to the Traveler's Attire because we unlock more of the map this way. Also, it's been a minute. Sorry. I like changing my look every once in a while. So we're going to go here and let's go with... it's been a while. Let's go with yellow. And then... we can't go with yellow without changing that headband. That. So, the topic in chat was about, like, basically the perils of living in an online life. And maybe this is just for me, but, when I was growing up, sometimes school was super fun, and I enjoyed being with all of my friends, and we had a really good time, and everything was cool. And then there would be times when you were in a fight with your friends, or, you know, there was some sort of a more permanent parting of ways, and that was really hard to deal with. A lot of growing up is learning how to deal with letting people down, being let down by people, figuring out how to navigate those moments in life when you're not getting along with the people that you otherwise, you know, care about. And at least for me, having a refuge from that, like, I am not in school right now. I, you know, have this time to myself and my privacy, and, like, having the, like, solitude isn't quite the right word for it, but having a break from that forced socialization at school was a huge relief. And today, I don't feel like kids have that. I feel like kids are logged in all of the time. And if it's not Facebook, then it's Instagram. And if it's not Instagram, then it's Twitter. And if it's not Twitter, then it's TikTok. Like, there's just 5 seconds here. There is every aspect of a person's life is now measured and recorded and judged online all of the time. And especially for kids, the concept of putting your best image forward is foreign. Like they're like, kids tend to be very open until the world smacks them down. So in my head, what I can envision is like my niece and nephew showing off what they did for their summer vacation, with all like all the photographs and everything that entails, and like just the potential that other kids would mock that and make fun of it because, oh, well, they went to Europe, or this other person went to thank you very much for taking care of the bots, went to the Bahamas, and like my niece and nephew didn't do that this summer. It's sort of replacing the concept of privacy with the need to be doing socially exciting and entertaining and acceptable things all the time. There's definitely pros and cons to it. It's just one of the things that I'm sort of like cognizant of. Hello to Confused Hypnos. He who says with his kid, he's had time for him to do as he wanted, but also mandatory offline family mode, either board games, movies, or series on Netflix, but something we could do together. Very much agreed. And I talked a lot in our previous series about playing Dungeons and Dragons with my nephew, like purely offline, hands-on, rolling the dice, direct, face-to-face, regular human socialization in the context of like a fun fantasy board game where he gets to play a hero. And Aimu is saying, for her, you can always find someone to validate your point of view. So instead of having your friends give you a reality check and realizing you're wrong, you can just find more strangers to validate your opinion and behavior. And yeah, that sort of like the fact that we have infinite access to, human contact, and that somehow makes us more isolated and insular along our ideological spectrums is interesting. It's not what I ever would have expected at any other point, like growing up. But anyway, let's keep the game flowing here.
What happened?
Bandits, my lord. They took my food. Every last scrap.
Do you see where they went?
Northeast, into the woods.
If I find them, they'll regret stealing from you.
Please don't harm them. They're just as desperate as I am.
No promises.
They're just as desperate that they stole all of the food from a solitary woman living out here in this field. I'm not sure that desperation is what I would do that. By the way, I really like how the yellow outfit here got upgraded. Oh no, Aimu, like I like topics like this, and I like the fact that we have both you and he who are coming at this topic from different points of views. We've got two people who care deeply for their kids and see how social media is affecting them or can affect them, and that there's pros and cons to this online society that we have. For example, like my niece is able to sort of like communicate and hang out with her friends via FaceTime, and especially not literally FaceTime, but whatever it is, whatever app it is that they're using at this particular instant.
Stand and fight!
I guess the not hurting them is completely off the table then.
That rice is the last. She just wants a little woman across the way.
Someone's still around. Or not. Hello to Aiden Switcher. Wow, Aiden, it's been a while. I hope you're doing well. Why did I not heal up before I did that? And yeah, so, sorry, we sort of breezed past it. Hypnos, I hope that you had a great Monday. We are, as you can see, running around in the world of Ghost of Tsushima, occasionally collecting spines like a predator. And at this particular moment, doing a couple options to chase down some missing food.
Rice. Must be the food they stole.
Some of it has already been eaten. I continue to think this is a sort of a weird quirk. I appear to be the only person that thinks this is weird. When I first... You want to know a real world conversation that my producer and I had? It was like one of those Seinfeld moments. I observed in my fantastic wisdom that it's weird that rice and pasta are pretty much the same thing, but I like pasta and I don't like rice. And I remember that we were eating at the time. She continued chewing, and she looked at me and said, "What the hell are you talking about?" Rice is an organic grain that grows. Pasta is like wheat and flour that is shaped into bow ties. They don't have anything to do with each other. In my head, it was a perfect comparison because they are both like hard and inedible until you cook them and soften them up. And that's why in my head they were exactly the same. Alec Nax is somewhat happy. Well, somewhat congratulations. Confused Hypnos is saying, relaxing day with no submissions. That's good. My Monday went well. Alex, next, what are you happy about? I'm curious. Or partially happy about.
My lord, you're back.
Gonna take your supplies if you don't mind.
I have your food.
Rice.
Oh,
I
no.
don't remember the last time I had rice.
You said they stole it from you.
Please, forgive me.
You lied to me.
Bandits don't deserve food at a time like this, my lord. Besides, I asked you not to hurt them.
He gave me no choice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You shouldn't have lied. I still would have helped you.
I won't do it again. I promise.
I have a point to spend. I had overlooked that. So, defense charm. Let's see what it is. Charm resistant. Reduces all damage by a minor amount. That doesn't sound super useful. But Aiden the Twister says... Aiden the Twitcher said not really doing well. That's concerning. What's up? So Alec Knights is starting their full playthrough of the Mass Effect original trilogy yesterday. Congratulations. Do not mistake the quality of the first game for being representative. Sorry, let me rephrase. Don't mistake the quality of the combat in the first game as being representative of how the combat works in the future games. The first Mass Effect is a game that I feel very comfortable telling people dial the difficulty of the game down to easy or lower if possible and just enjoy the story. That's sort of my take on that. But 2 and 3 are really good. I feel pretty confident that at some point we're going to want to see a More Than a Mia playthrough of the Mass Effect trilogy. And that, by the way, is the exact advice that I will give her in terms of how to navigate it. Just set that first game down to, no problem whatsoever mode. Put in your God code and don't worry about the combat and enjoy the ride, because that's what that game is about. Oh, Alec Nice is not going in blind. You're saying that people love eggs and hate mayo. I like both of those things, especially when you put them together and deviled eggs come out. But I mean, like, here's something. I hate cucumbers. Like, cucumbers make me gag. I detest the taste of cucumbers. Really like pickles. Dill pickles in particular. And I mean like the food, not the Rugrats character.
All my goods are useful.
So this is... Oh, hold on. We can upgrade our Ronin attire. I can think of no reason in the world not to do that, except that we don't have an option to do so right here. Before I go, where do we go to make sure... Satchel. I'm at 500 bamboo again. Yeah, let's sell some bamboo.
Trade is difficult in these times, my lord.
I think it's the trapper who does it.
Except for Lord Adachi's wife.
Confused Hypnosis also saying, got back his Red Dead Redemption 2 game CD from a friend after about a year of asking it back for it. Well, I'm glad that you got it back. Red Dead Redemption 2 is... that playthrough is going to happen on this channel, and it's close. I'm not going to say it's going to be the next one after this. I'll tell you what, this time, let's sell 150. Because we recovered our 100 really quick.
This will do very well.
Okay. I think we want anything else right now.
Until we next meet, my lord.
Okay. I think... You know what? For the time being, let's continue heading... let's head down here. I kind of want to go over there, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to hit that undiscovered location, and then, you know, we want to keep going with quest-like stuff, I think.
My lord.
Oh, in the Twitch is saying heartbreak. That is... That's rough to hear. I'm sorry for whatever you're going through right now. What I can say is that I feel like every single person on the channel and off the channel has been through that at some point or another. Dr. Stefan saying that we should have seen his diner today. It was like a massive amount of cucumber. Like, this has come up before. I wish I liked cucumber. I wish I liked, like, melons and watermelon and, you know, I don't know, watercress and, you know, all these other foods. Like, I do like watercress. But, I'd love to be like a perfect omnivore, where it's just like I can eat all foods that are suited to mankind, and it's great. Okay, well, now I'm gonna regret not, So this is a perfect opportunity to interact with our Ronin outfit. Let's go here, and we're gonna switch to the Ronin attire. And I don't have an upgrade for it, but that's okay. So... through the magic of our straw hat, they won't be able to see me. Stand off. Are you kidding? Why on earth would we stand off if we have the opportunity to... Alright, so I think Tower Sniper's got to go first. And I think I'm going to have to take him when he's facing in this direction. Now, should I use the heavy bow, though? Is that more likely to puncture that helmet of his? Well, likely or not, we got it done. Okay, so now... I'll tell you what, let's lure guard over here, and we're going to do that with the magic of our wind chime. Alknax played Red Dead Redemption 1, but not the second one yet. Ditto here. Yeah, and Red Dead Redemption, the first game, I really, really enjoyed. I mean, like that's not exactly a hot take. I mean, that was a great game. Here's the thing, and like, there's no basis for this. In my head, I don't like Westerns. Like, it's just like a genre that's never appealed to me. And yet, like, the remake of True Grit, the one that had, I think, Matt Damon, gosh, there was another Western movie that I saw that I really, really liked. It turns out that it's like most other genres, where it's like, no, I like it just fine. All I need is like a well-written movie. Hold on a second. We're just gonna... Guy? Oh, hold on. Mongol artifact. Gold bracelet. Mongol craftsmen fabricate jewelry and other decorative metalwork using gold, silver, copper, and semi-precious stones like... Now, how is this pronounced? I've never actually heard this word. Agate or agate? Agate? Agate. Thank you. And turquoise. Bracelets often have a combination of geometric and animal-inspired designs. Alec Nance is saying you don't like watermelon heresy. Yeah, I like tea. I don't like tea very much. When I list off all the things I don't like, it makes me sound impossibly picky. But in fact, there's many, many things that I do like. Almost anything that qualifies as a berry. Strawberry, blueberry, boysenberry, raspberry. I love raspberries. I love bananas, apples, oranges. Like a lot of different fruits, especially citruses I really like. I'm a huge fan of pastas. I really, really like a good cheeseburger. Like, the fact that I like cheeseburgers so much is one of the reasons that I feel like I would enjoy a really good steak. That's one of those things that's come up. Hypno says that they've never played Red Dead Redemption 1 and jumped in completely blind for the second one, and it felt like a really long movie where I got super attached to many characters. Also, and this is a point that we've made to More Than a Mia, it is a prequel. Like, that's the thing. I cannot think of any, like, so I have not played Red Dead Redemption 2, so I don't know. But based on its positioning as a prequel story to Red Dead Redemption 1, it is very difficult for me to envision why someone would need to play the first game in order to like and enjoy the second one. Sorry, I think I've been in here, but I'm just going to take a quick look. Yep, that is a dead person. What's happening? Nope. Boy, I'm really enjoying this Ronin outfit because that man did not see where I was. All right. See where this is going. Aiden has to go to bed, is very tired. Aiden, you know, there's a lot happening in chat, but for real, I hope that things improve, and I hope that you start feeling better soon. I simultaneously regret not, like, knowing more details about what Aiden is going through, and also, I think that it's interesting. Like, if you are in a dark place, then I think that there's a lot of benefit to, reaching out to other people, especially in the kind of supportive community that I feel like we are working on building here. Not just here, but More Than a Mia, Drienne, you know, Tashir, He Who, and so forth. At the same time, I tend to be very reluctant to announce a lot of personal details on like an internet stream, and would certainly understand if somebody chose not to, but, you know, did want to say, yeah, I'm not doing so well today. So I don't think that we can observe the enemy leaders. I think that we've unlocked all of our stances.
Was ist ready?
Oh no! Oh, so much damage! I promise I parried that. Sorry, a whole bunch happened there while I was fighting those folks. Let me just take a quick look. Hugh Dead said, even if he wanted to put down Red Dead Redemption 2 for more than a day or two, it was so good. Confused Hypno said the first game to make him want to cry, which I... It is interesting when a game has like that profound of an emotional impact. I feel like it's like movies and television series need to be developed very differently to evoke emotional reactions because of your level of engagement with it. When you are watching a movie, the creators have perfect control over what you see and what you hear, and they can do like music in a professional production can do a lot of heavy lifting. Like, have you guys ever seen that the E.T. cut where it's like it's E.T. getting aboard his ship at the end of E.T. A spoiler alert for E.T., by the way, and they've replaced the music with nothing, so it's just the sound effects. And how hollow and empty that scene is without John Williams' score to back it up. Music does a huge amount. Now, you can do that in games as well, unless you've added a music slider where somebody can, like, turn the music all the way down. So, games are a much more customizable experience. And also, you don't know whether or not your players have read the in-game lore that you've put in there. You don't know if they might have skipped through some of the dialogue. You don't know sometimes if they've done all the side quests. These things can have a real impact in how a person views the story. One thing that's been a running issue for me with Assassin's Creed games is that I will do the start of an Assassin's Creed game, and then I'll run off and I will do unrelated side content for 45 hours, and then pick the story back up and have largely forgotten anything that was happening back the last time that I was playing it, and that will produce what feels like a very uneven experience. And that's my fault, and I understand that that's my fault, and I always try to factor that into my opinions of the Assassin's Creed games. But for a game to elicit a strong emotional reaction, you have to sort of account for the fact that a game is interactive. Players might have a different vision of their characters than the one that you intend, and you can't always account for what they've seen or where they're going to be aiming the camera or whatever. And I think it's interesting when you have a game that provokes a strong emotional reaction. I've certainly had a lot of those in my gaming career. Alec Nax is saying filet mignon. Oh, sorry. Imu is saying filet mignon done rare. I feel like fish is one of the is like a category of dish that I don't know that I have an opinion, because I will have some fish dishes and say this is noxious beyond belief, and then I'll have other fish dishes like this is incredibly delicious, and why don't I eat fish all the time? Imu says that she's done that with all of the Assassin's Creed games. Yeah, that's kind of the thing with an open world game. It's like if you cut me loose on a map with a bunch of checkpoints to experience, like all of these question marks to go and explore. So for anybody who's wondering, that's like the multiplayer vendor or whatever. So that's where we're gonna pass right past that person, and we are gonna go to. Let's actually read this in the journal. Oh, actually, that's the whole thing. The farm here looks like it's had some trouble. I should make sure the people there are all right. Brian is taking off. Brian, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you have a great night. Now, Brian 488-2040 is also Brian Larson on Twitter. Is that correct? Because Brian posted something really exciting on Twitter, I think, like Brian Larson did.
Lord Sakai.
Or is that Psycho? I'm going to have to look it up. Brian, in either event, have a great evening.
Genji, what are you doing here?
Something has gone very wrong, my lord.
What did you do?
Nothing. The Mongols have taken all our food. Rice, millet, fish, anything they can lay hands on. We're starving.
You say we. This isn't your farm.
I have been thinking about what you said, and I'm trying to help the farmers here.
Where are the Mongols camped?
Who knows? They show up every few days and pick up the food and cart it away.
I could ambush them.
It's not that simple. They've taken hostages. If we don't produce the food, it's...
There must be a way to find them.
There is. You won't like it.
I will decide that for myself.
Brian is saying that that is a different Brian. The Brian 488-2040 version does not have Twitter. Well, in either way, I hope you have a...
They make us bundle the food and put it on the beach.
All
a great
of it
evening.
From this farm?
The farm, scavenging abandoned homes, fishing and hunting, just to fill the bellies of the enemy.
What brought you here in the first place?
Once the Mongols connected me to you, most places got too dangerous. I thought an out-of-the-way farm would be safer.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry, I should have clarified that filet mignon is not fish. It's just the word filet suddenly brought to mind the fact that, like, I have wildly different opinions of every fish dish I've ever had, depending on how it is prepared and what fish it was.
Food and drink for the Mongols, but the sake barrel is empty.
Your plan is to anger the Mongols more?
Not exactly. The barrel is very roomy. It could hold a heavily armed heroic
I
samurai.
know what would fit better. A flabby, flexible sake merchant.
The Mongols will take the barrel to the heart of their camp. Who could do more good there? Me or you?
I don't know why I keep letting you hide me inside things.
Because it works.
It smells like your breath in here, Kenji.
Well, that barrel didn't empty itself. Get ready, my lord. Here they come.
Why we suddenly have
Yes, all yours. Take. No. That's Miko. Miko is my horse. Mine.
Nadamatat, morbignik volson.
Ow! You can't do this! Miko! No!
Kenji's plan actually worked.
So Imu's saying that the characters keep interrupting chat. Yeah, that's one of the things that sometimes comes up. I very much like sharing story games with people, and one thing that we want to do here is try to make certain that the game is always moving. On the logic that people who sort of click through onto the chat, they're not necessarily going to know what I'm talking about. But they probably clicked through to see somebody playing... that's not... Oh! I'm gonna need a different suit of armor here. Hold on 1 second. Outfit here, samurai clan armor. Oh man, this guy has my number. This shield guy is wrecking me. Hold on a second. Okay. There was one episode, it's 2 episodes back of this now. A couple episodes back, where I was just getting worked by every single person that we came across. I couldn't fight for, and I was really thinking, like, is this it? Am I gonna have to turn down the difficulty level? Like, am I just like completely ruined now, and I'm just gonna spend the rest of the gameplay just reloading over and over and over again? And now this game, and like this episode and the last episode, I've just been going pretty well again. I don't know what was up with that one episode.
I can't believe it. We are saved.
Take this food back to your farm. Give Kenji the good news.
Kenji? Why would I give him anything but a punch in the mouth?
What do you mean?
He's the idiot who got us into this mess. He tried to cut a deal with the Mongols.
Oh, Lord Sakai! That was amazing.
Kenji, you sake-swilling piece of monkey dung!
I'll handle this. Explain yourself.
I might have sold the Mongols food, but given them straw and wood chips instead.
To make a profit?
To save the farmers' food.
You didn't think the Mongols would notice?
Not so quickly. All of a sudden, it was punishment, hostages. Give us food or we kill you.
I was wrong to encourage you to make yourself useful.
What? No, you weren't wrong, Lord Sakai. I can do good. I just need practice.
Try not to practice when people's lives are at stake.
Yes, my lord.
I still have an ability point. Hold on, because now we have 2. Charm of Well-Being. Let's find out what this is. Oh, that's another 7.5% of health. All right, so let's go over techniques. So one of the things that I vowed to do is start working up on my stances, especially now that we have the Moon stance. Assail your foes with 2 fast spinning strikes. Let's do it. And then we've got increased stagger damage against brutes from all Moon stance attacks, or increased stagger damage against swordmen from all stone stance attacks. Well, the brutes are tougher by dint of being brutes, so let's do that one.
You're damn lucky that samurai spared you, Kenji.
I'm sorry, Taro. I was trying to help.
You want to help? Choke on a rice ball.
I can tell you don't want to talk about this right now.
Hypnos is saying that they are a big fan of jackets, hoodies, and sweaters. Big fan of winter. My favorite season is fall. We are barreling into winter. It's gotten very chilly very quickly, but on the whole, I'm a big fan of autumn. I love the leaves changing and the what's the phrase I'm thinking of? Yeah, let's head down here. And you know what? We're going to make a quick pass through here as well. I like the leaves changing. I like the crisp, cool air that comes in. I like the sort of like fade of summer into the sort of cooler evenings when you have all the windows open and so forth. I like winter a lot too. Winter comes in second for me personally. I love a good snowstorm. I love how cozy it feels. I love seeing the entire world get sort of blanketed by white. I like winter enough that I enjoy shoveling. I really do. I feel like shoveling is a really good workout. I like that it's finite. It can be exhausting. It can be annoying. You get out to the end of the driveway in the area that we live, and the snowplow has pushed up all of the ice, and if you don't get out there in time, it can harden into like this big, giant roadblock, and it's tough to deal with. But on the whole, man, I really like winter. Okay. Let's back off here. It did occur to me that after taking out the enemies in my Ronin outfit, I should probably switch back to the Traveler's attire, because again, look over here, track artifacts with the guiding wind. It's kind of important when we are searching through an area, but we will switch to this for now. Now that sentry, I feel like we can probably take out with the heavy bow, although Jin's gotten pretty good with his half bow. Pretty good. My uncle's gonna be so disappointed that I won the war by stabbing everybody in the kneecaps. Moo is saying heavy winds have taken the leaves off the trees. Actually, that's a really good point, too. Yeah, we've had some significant wind in recent weeks, and it has stripped down a lot of the fall foliage somewhat earlier than it was expected. I am looking for a way in here. Most of the gates are closed. Also, I was coming here for... Oh, no, this is just undiscovered location. Okay. And I cannot squeeze through here, right? No. Here's a fun fact, because Aimu is saying, like, fall is s'mores weather. I have never had an actual s'more. Like, the graham cracker and marshmallow and chocolate thing that you make, I've never had that. I've had roasted marshmallows. I've had, all manner of like hot chocolate and other things. Never had...
There's no one else.
What is happening here? Hold on a second. Oh, we've got to save her. Is there a secret way into this house? I don't know if I can get behind him. We'll try. Alright. Lady, keep it quiet. I'll get you out of here.
Probably just then.
What was that?
Okay, that's not what I meant. though there was an archer there. Bye! Oh, nope. There we go. Moo says that she doesn't think that Sheena had one until well into adulthood either. Yeah, I've had s'mores related things. I've had s'mores flavored things, but never the actual item, the actual real, honest to God, this is the thing of which you want s'mores. Sorry, I'm switching back to my traveler's attire, because again, that might help us. We're just gonna take a quick run through here, just in case Guiding Firefly has anything to say. Hopefully that woman got out okay. Alec Nash is saying, so this is something that we were actually thinking about, because Sekiro is on sale right now on Steam. Alec Nash is saying, if you like this game, you might be able to get into Sekiro. Sekiro, I'm trying to figure out where this bird wants me to go. It appears to be over here. That bird... So, I like everything that I see about Sekiro until I watch someone who is skilled in Souls-like games. I'm gonna go do that. Until I see somebody who is skilled in Souls-like game, go up against the same boss 45 times trying to figure out how to beat them. As you might tell from this game, I am not particularly good at this style of combat. Hold on, I almost had that. Can't quite talk and do some of these. It's interesting in the mythology interpretation, which is something that I feel like a lot of those games do. A lot of From Software games, they have a very deep lore to them. This one's going to take a couple tries, I'll just let you know that. Oh, I know exactly where I went wrong. Ooh. There we go. Like, the thing that I feel like makes me... There's a few things about Sekiro that are very appealing to me. Number one, I like the samurai ninja-ness of it. When I watch Sekiro and I watch the characters sort of move around and some of the combat in that, it reminds me of things that I liked about Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden Black. It is a very different combat system, and I get that there's a lot of differences. But I look at it and I say, man, that reminds me of how much I loved those games. I feel like to a lesser extent this as well. But it's got like the theme of it is more interesting to me than Dark Souls was, for example. So there's that aspect of it. Then the other thing that's appealing to me about it is that it is on PC, and there are mods that you can use to adjust the difficulty level. You can make your character faster, you can make the enemies slower and slow down the speed of the game world. And I will say this, I would go into Sekiro, and I would give it an honest-to-God try, playing it the way that it is intended. Like, we might at some point do an extended audition stream of Sekiro, more than one episode of like trying to make progress and basically seeing at some point, like, would I ever hit a wall and just be completely unable to continue. But what I like about Sekiro is that if ever I hit that wall, the option would exist to get one of those mods, dial down the enemy speed by about 10% to something that a human being can beat, and then continue playing so that I'd be able to see all of the game. I really want to stress as I say that that would happen, I think, a long ways down the path of, you know, playing it as intended. But I do like the idea that it at least exists as an option where, for a lot of the other FromSoft, like Bloodborne, for example, I've tried Bloodborne. I can't make any real headway in it. So it's possible we've died, because there's no way that any place on Earth is this beautiful. Hold on, Fox. I'll be right there. The things for me about From Software games is, you know, I can play Ninja Gaiden and have a challenging time with it and eventually persevere and get better at it and beat the whole game and enjoy it a lot. And I do that with Ninja Gaiden 2. I can do that with Darksiders 3 when we played that on hard. I can do that with a game like this, which so far we've been playing on hard. When we did the charity marathon on Saturday, the second to last boss rocked my world for, like, I mean, Mia can probably let us know for certain, but I want to say it was about like a good 90 minutes. And I just had a lot of difficulty doing that one specific encounter, but, you know, continued on it and was eventually able to progress. And all of these games have something in common. When you die at something like a boss encounter, you reload at the boss encounter. You don't have to run for 5 minutes to get back to where you were to give it another shot. And it's that aspect of the Souls-like games from Software that I'm like, that's the part that feels punishing to me. The fact that when you die, you come back to life at the bonfire or whatever your last sort of checkpoint was, and then you are expected to just hoof it back to wherever you were. And even if that run is only, you know, 2 or 3 minutes, there's usually enemies on the path that you have to deal with every single time. Sometimes those enemies get a hit or two on you because you just drop your guard for a split second, so now you're going into the fight wounded. It just, why do they not, like, here's my take on the From Software games. I am glad they exist for the people that are looking for that specific experience, but I have been slow to adopt them myself,
my lord,
just because of that.
Please help me.
You know, so some of the in my opinion, unnecessary difficulty, like artificial difficulties that are baked into them.
But those fallen samurai have been laying out in the open too long. They gave their lives to protect Tsushima, to protect us. We should give them proper funerals.
Sorry, I'm just taking a quick look around for, yep, things like that. All right, hold on. We're going to get some chat here.
What is it?
I have to get to a camp in the woods, occupied by people who are seriously ill. They need a healer.
The area's overrun with bandits and Mongols.
Yes, I'll need protection.
I can get you there. But this sickness concerns me. You're sure you can fight it?
Sickness isn't something you fight. It's something you have to care for.
If the people are as ill as you say, we should leave now. Stop the sickness before it spreads.
Thank you, my lord.
Boy, apparently pestilence and famine are the cameo appearances in this particular episode. Alex Nax is also asking if Father Gascoigne got me. Well, I mean, yes, but...
How did you survive the battle at Komoda?
It was thanks to a woman, Yuna. She rescued me from the beach. Nursed me back to health.
She sounds like a gifted healer.
She's one of the bravest people I know. I wouldn't be here without her.
My mother did the same for me. As a boy, I was always sick. But through her knowledge of herbs, she made me strong. She's the reason I'm a healer. Wait, I think I see something up ahead.
Good eye. Stay back. Let me handle it.
What are those, like, bulbs of garlic that he has on him?
Who will fight?
Hold on just a minute. No, so to answer the question, my memory is that I beat both the Cleric Beast and Father Gascoigne. I'm trying to remember if I played beyond that to another boss.
I thought they were going to kill us.
I might have played through to... At what point is there a boss where it's like... I don't want to talk too much about Bloodborne, but like a giant woman who has like one really big arm and a second very anemic arm. I think I might have faced her. I don't remember.
You shouldn't be traveling here alone.
We had to leave our farmstead, my lord. Everyone there is sick.
What brought it on?
Spirits. Our ancestors are punishing us.
No,
We
wait, I...
gave the Mongols our food instead of fighting back. When they left, everyone grew ill.
Now our home is cursed.
There's an inn just down the road. You should be safe there.
It's much too dangerous outside. Get indoors and stay there. Thank you. I only hope the spirits don't follow us.
I could have shot the wasp's nest. Actually, no, I take it all back. I remember exactly where I stopped in Bloodborne. So at some point after... We're gonna get some more dialogue here. Hold on one second.
You're quite the butcher with that sword.
The bandits would have killed those people.
You don't know that. You could have tried talking to them.
It would not have helped. You know that. You ask for my protection.
Forgive me. My life's work is to heal the body, not destroy it.
So very quickly, at some point after Father Gascoigne, there's a segment where there's like another hunter, and they have a Gatling gun, and they are like shooting at you as you're trying to approach them.
Thank goodness you're here.
Homeo, what is it?
But then you can like get around behind them and climb up and engage them in melee combat. And just very quickly, after 9 or 10 times of going through that segment and climbing up there and just having that hunter pretty effortlessly dice me apart, I was like, okay, I just wasn't having fun with it at that point. Now, there might have been another path that I should have gone down, or maybe the lesson is not to engage with Duma, apparently. But there's a dearth of communication in From Software games, which I think is part of the appeal for people, that like you have to figure it out. But I like games that at least communicate what you're trying to do or what you might be doing wrong. And I feel like From Software games are designed in a way that is specifically designed to withhold that information from you, so that the only way to progress is through trial and error. And that wears thin with me relatively quickly. I don't want to sound like I feel like I'm being too negative on From Software games. I'm just trying to articulate why I acknowledge that they are very popular for the people that like them, and for me it's like not really for me.
What's wrong?
It's my son. I think he ate something poisonous.
Take me to him.
What about those suffering at the camp? We've already delayed.
It will only take a moment.
I'll help. Perhaps we can make this quick.
Thank you, my lord.
What did he eat?
I wish I knew. We have no food.
I'll see if I can find what it was.
Thank you, my lord.
Nothing but boiled water. Rice basket's empty.
The supplies weren't poisoned. I should take them just to be sure. So I don't see anything else in here to check for the source of the sickness.
Wild mushrooms. Half eaten. This must be it. I should tell Hanaoka.
Did you find anything?
Half-eaten mushrooms.
You fool! You know better.
He must have eaten them out of desperation.
I can make an antidote, but I need river moss.
Stay with him. I'll find the moss.
Those do not look like garlic cloves. They look like cloth bulbs, but I'm just curious what that is on his shoulder. Reach the river. I might as well take every possible way out of this room. I've never killed the entire pod of pigs. At least one of them always manages to grab it. Although, that might be the first time. And we got all three. This looks like river moss. Yeah. Moss weirds me out. Just for the record. Moss and mold. No thanks. Incidentally, Aleknax is sharing some thoughts on how Duma can be defeated relatively easily. Yeah, my thing was I would go up there and it did not feel to me as though it mattered.
My lord, did you find the moss?
Whether I played very defensively or very aggressively, I just, like, it felt like when that hunter Duma was done with the fight, they just dispatched me.
Homeo, listen carefully. Crush this moss, add it to a cup of water and bring to a boil. Have him drink the mixture and he should be fine by tomorrow morning.
Those at the camp need us now.
Yes, let's go.
Thank you for saving my son.
I like this healer, Hanoka. I like the fact that he cares about the people.
You know, that man's symptoms were the same as the couple from the farmstead. Aching, vomiting, labored breathing.
Symptoms of poisoning. You think the farmstead was poisoned?
I'm almost sure of it. In which case, I'll need tubers to treat them. The moss was fine for that man, but tubers are stronger. They grow at a nearby pond.
Let's be quick.
Let's go, Sora!
One thing I can say, and I can't remember if I made this point earlier, but if ever I did make use of a mod to adjust the difficulty or game experience in something like Sekiro, I would absolutely call that out and make certain that it was clear to everyone.
And right by the pond.
Would you like to talk to them? Ask them politely to move?
I'll leave this to your discretion, my lord.
I have no particular level of pride to gaming at all. Like, we're playing this on hard, because I feel like it is fun on hard. If I felt that it was not fun on hard, then I would change it to something different. Samurai clan armor. Face-to-face encounter with Mongols. That was very stupid. You are shitting me. They did not hear that. Can I get that guy? Oh, nope, they're too far away. Wow, I guess I didn't need my good armor after all. Oh, wait, no, there's more. Crap. Okay. Really tired of getting that guy stabbing me. Okay, there he is. I could not figure out who was doing that. Whoops. Oh, on this note, as I'm talking about like games that I just, you know, wound up not feeling particularly positive of. The other in I think the last episode, I spoke briefly about like game collections that are here on the channel. We like to organize our playthroughs into collections, and they go all the way through in chronological order for people that want to catch the entire adventure from the beginning, or sort of revisit their favorite parts. We have little like descriptions and so forth that go into them. I forgot one. I forgot one technically abandoned playthrough. Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, I got all the way to the very last guy in Final Fantasy 15 and didn't have any fun at all fighting him and did not care about the story.
Tubers. Yes, thanks to you, I'm able to harvest them. It's just watching you, I can't help but wonder if you enjoy the violence.
I kill only to protect our people. I think about that every time I reach for my sword.
Of course. I'm sorry, my lord.
Let's go heal those who need it.
Once again, Hornet's Nest right there. And it glows, I think, when you go into, like, tactical mode, doesn't it? Am I misremembering this? Let me get eyes on the nest. Oh, no, it doesn't. I thought there was something that made it, like, the tactical options glow when you were near them. Yeah, I'm misremembering. Yeah, oh, just in the spirit of, like, you know, gameplay collections that are technically not complete. I got all the way to the
be just ahead.
to the very end of the last fight in Final Fantasy 15 and didn't feel like I was treated fairly by the game and said, I just don't care. The difference for that...
My wife, she stopped breathing.
Hold on one second.
How long has she been sick?
Ever since the Mongols came by our farmstead.
What did she eat?
We had no food. Just water from the well. I'm sorry. She's gone. If only I'd gotten here sooner.
You did your best.
But maybe if I hadn't delayed, with that couple and that man.
If we hadn't stopped, those people would be dead. You also wouldn't have figured out these people were poisoned.
Perhaps. But I still don't know how.
That man said his wife had nothing but water from the well.
And we know people started getting sick after the Mongols left.
They must have polluted the well.
A contaminated water source would spread sickness like wildfire.
But it's treatable?
Yes, the tubers will see to it.
Then help those you can.
Thank you, my lord. You have saved many lives.
Also, we should probably, like, collapse that well or something. That's a new one. While at 50% health or less, healing recovers an additional 15% of health. Really good with the samurai armor, I would think, on that one. Let's go to outfit. I just want to, like, mix up the color here. Also, because we haven't seen... Yeah, see, I love how detailed the armor sets get as you upgrade them. Like, this is a different look for this Indigo. I don't think that we had sort of a tan overcoat before. Okay, let's... What do we have here? A trapper. Yep, we have some upgrades available. And also here. So yeah, we're going to fast travel back to Komatsu Forge. And we're going to do some of our upgrades. Yeah, I really like the little interactions that Jin has with his horse. There's one that wound up getting used for the header image of a couple episodes ago, where Jin was sort of sleeping against his horse. The two of them were sort of napping together. And I thought that was very fun.
Give me more time.
Let us perfect your steel.
Yeah, when in doubt, if we have to choose, like, what's one thing that we're going to upgrade, it's going to be the sword every time.
You'll like the finish.
Goodbye.
And I believe that's going to exhaust, yeah, no more armor upgrades. But we can still visit the trapper.
Your sword arm protects us all, my lord.
Alkanax is saying so few rewards. Yeah, we were talking, yeah, we continue to talk about different options. Mia has some great ones. I really like hers. One thing that we thought about was adding either a donation tier for the Extra Life Marathon or for channel reward points to change the control scheme of, like, Arkham Asylum or Arkham City to keyboard and mouse, on the grounds that I have never even tried keyboard and mouse and frankly cannot conceive of how they would even work. Like, the Batman games, the Rocksteady Batman games are so centered on the controller experience that it is very difficult for me to envision how anything else works. The thing is, I feel like, I mean, you know, we may yet do it, especially for the Extra Life Marathon, if it would, like, raise some money, like switch to keyboard and mouse for, you know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it would be. I guess my only concern about it is that it would, I think it would really stymie progress in the game because I just don't know how to do anything with that control scheme. You might as well say, play with an abacus. You have to move the beads back and forth to do things in the game. Here's your Nintendo Power Glove. Play it with that. Alec Knox agrees, says can't even play it on PC with a keyboard and mouse. I'm looking for the trapper, by the way. I know that when we get close enough, the icon will be shown. Oh, sorry, guys. We spoke earlier about the fact that I know Tashir's been feeling under the weather. Our best wishes for him, and I hope he improves quickly and completely. In other news, Sunny Panda, who's been sort of mostly away from social media recently, started posting today. So I hope that he is re-entering a good and healthy space and will be back on the mic pretty soon. I don't think that he should rush it, but I want him to know that we are very much looking forward to his return. I don't use flaming arrows. We haven't fired an explosive arrow just yet. Yeah, let's go with a sticky bomb upgrade.
Just for you.
And we still have one of these, so we can still do flaming arrows. Yeah, from 4 to 6. Wind chime from 6 to 8. Or firecracker capacity. I've never even thrown... I think I threw one firecracker once. Let's do the flaming arrows. I feel like even the availability of flaming arrows is much less common than the wind chimes or the firecrackers. Imu says, I tried to play The Walking Dead and there's no option to invert the Y-axis controls. So, which... Is that the, like the almost like Left 4 Dead version of Walking Dead? That's the one, isn't it? Or is that something else? Because the Walking Dead game that I am the most familiar with is the Telltale game, and I would think that the Y-axis wouldn't be like the way that the cursor moves. You wouldn't normally want to use invert the Y-axis, but there might be that that first-person shooter, wasn't it first person that they came out with recently? In any event, we are going to have to call it here. It is very nearly 11 p.m. here on the Eastern Seaboard. We've done an entire stream now, 2.5 hours almost on the dot without mentioning anything of American politics at all. We are going to close on this note. If you haven't been watching us live, hopefully you have already had an opportunity to vote early through either a mail-in ballot or some other authorized mechanism. If you have not, I hope you are able to get to the polls early tomorrow. Get in line, stay safe, wear your mask, and be able to cast your vote. I don't think it's the time to get much anybody who's going to vote already has their minds made up, so we will leave it there, and then we will all see what happens next. I feel like as a nation we are sort of waiting with bated breath to see what the results are going to be and how the current president of the United States acknowledges those results, and we will have to see from there. But it could be a harrowing few days here in the United States. Once we have a clearer sense of what our schedule is, we will be back with some more of Ghost of Tsushima here, and or some more of our seemingly ongoing Anno 1800 playthrough. But it's worth just sort of noting every once in a while that the real world definitely exists. When we play these games and stream them with you, we usually keep the focus on the game or talk about fun things like what kind of foods we like, or what kind of movies that we've seen, television series that we like, or other games. But not a lot of focus on real world events, not because we don't care, but because I feel like we each need some time away, some opportunity to have some respite. Hello to the Lost Woodsman. Oh, is something happening? Toxic oh no!
I'm so sorry. Toxic just hosted the stream, and we are just about to toss to somebody. Toxic, I'm so sorry. My hope had been to either raid to He Who Dies or yourself. Hello to Jack the Fast. Hello to Greasy and the Lost Woodsman. You were catching us right at the tail end. It's just about 11 p.m. and we are going to have to wrap it up. But yes, I agree with Toxic very much. We were just saying that we hope that Americans, where available, have had a chance to vote ahead of time, because I feel like there's, we've got a number of reasons to avoid large congregations if we possibly can. Anybody that hasn't, my advice would be to find out what time your polling place opens and try to get there as early as humanly possible so that you can get in and cast your vote. And then I was just sort of wrapping up by saying that we need time away from the real world. We need to have these moments when we can sort of like just ride around on a horse in Ghost of Tsushima, sail on the oceans in Sea of Thieves as Toxic does. For anybody who, because chat expires after time. TOXIKK. Toxic is a super cool dude. And as I understand it from Twitter, just celebrated his 20th year. His 20th anniversary at his current employer. Congratulations to you, and I suspect to everybody that you work with. That's a huge accomplishment, and if you are half as good as working as you are as streaming, I'm sure that you are a huge asset. So very much congratulations for that. In any event, let's wrap up here. So we're going to find somebody fun to raid over to. Toxic, if you have an opportunity to reroute that host to somebody, please do, because I feel bad that we are jumping out here, but unfortunately I've got to get ready for work tomorrow myself. In any event, thank you all so much. Let's find somebody fun to raid, and until next time, I hope you all have a great night.